and
34.
38 because the doctor told me I would never in life have them.
Yeah, he told me that same thing too. Went to
Mhm.
the doctor for a headache and came out with a whole baby. Okay. Oh my God. So how is it? How does it feel to have a baby? That, oh Lord. How did you
Oh
do
my goodness.
it?
Well,
How did you do it?
well, I'm gonna be honest with you because I was getting ready to adopt. They told me I would never have them, and my I came cycle with all of them, but it was very challenging because I had three emergency C-sections. I had to push with all three of them. Then after my daughter, I had preeclampsia and toxemia. They gave me a Down syndrome book because that's what they thought. But God is so good. So I had to sign my daughter over to my ex-husband and my mom for maybe like 4 or 5 months because with preeclampsia and toxemia, I stayed in the hospital. Then they told
Mm,
me not to ever in life have another one. So when my ex-husband went to Fort Hood, I had my other son, which is have cerebral palsy, use one side of his body, but you wouldn't know. You would think he got a little limp because he's in a marching band. He played football. He played track, so you wouldn't know because it's in a like motor. Then with the
mhm.
last one, I was 38 and I was at Fort Campbell and I was really sick. And he took the military ID to get my medicine, and they did all my blood work. And I came home, and he said the nurse got something to tell you. I said what? He said, well, you're gonna have it for a long time. I said, have what? When she told me I was pregnant, I was like, are you serious? But it was God's timing because I
Mm,
wasn't ready for that. And we got to remember that He knew what time when I was going to be ready. I am the oldest grand at that time, but it took me the longest. That they was like, sure having the baby, sure having the baby. It's like it went on the news, but and it's challenging when you are older. Even now, I have one in Texas, I have one in Greensboro, I have one in Durham. It is challenging because my nerves are not like it used to be. But I'm grateful that all three of them graduated. I'm grateful that they all are busy, but we got to pray more now because it's a whole lot more go on now. So I don't know if it's better to have them when you're younger or you older. But to me, you don't get no book for being a mother. You just have to pray, and then being a
yeah.
single mom on top of that with two sons and a daughter. So
It
it's something there. Hmm.
it's you are so right with right now having
Hmm.
kids in this day and age with
Hmm.
everything that's going on. As I don't have a problem telling people my daughter I found out the day she learned my password. I already told her
Mm.
about to change because you won't be giving yourself extra screen time.
Yes.
Phone shuts off at 4. I monitor what she looks at on TV. I
Hmm.
am very particular even in what she wears because the influences of today
Hmm.
is totally different than the
Hmm.
influence that we had back in the day. We
It's
had
different.
Sweet Valley High, and the most dangerous thing they did was kiss. And when
Hmm.
they kissed, we would turn our heads, or my grandma would be like, "Turn your heads. You don't need to look at that." Now it's
Hmm.
a total different ball game. Okay, so I
Hmm.
truly understand where you're coming from. How
Hmm.
does how does being an author affect your writing? As well, how does being a mother affect your writing? That's my question.
Sometimes it could slow you down. When they was younger, it did slow me down. I wanted to tell you why you think you putting that phone down. If you got Wi-Fi, they could turn it on when you're not looking. So let me just let you know. You may be turning off, but if your daughter got Wi-Fi, she could still be on the phone. But what
Ooh.
I'm just letting you know heads up. But what I'm saying is that it's challenging. When you're a mother and you being an author because you want to put your all into them. But then I learned how to say, okay, it's time for mommy. And I'm gonna do this at this time. because you have to cook, you be with them. But as they get older, to me, it gets better because
Mm,
now they're involved in different things in college. They're in the fraternity, they're in the sorority, they're in different stuff. They doing music, so it makes it a lot better. But I can say it's still a blessing. When I have issues, I can still call my daughter and son to this day to review my books or look at it. And that is the blessing. Or say, Mommy, I don't think you should do this book cover right here. That's not